we're joined by Christie.
Yes.
And you are the winemaker responsible for Lazy Creek's Pinot Noirs?
Correct, yes.
And can you tell us a little bit about the style of Lazy Creek?
Lazy Creek.
Get the volume.
Lazy Creek Pinot Noir, what we strive for is to make a very food-friendly Pinot Noir, something that really showcases the great vineyard that we have there. We are in the town of Philo. It's one of the cooler areas of Anderson Valley. The vineyard actually is kind of the frost alarm for the valley.
Oh, that's crazy.
I mean, we have modern technology now to give us our frost alarms, but we've heard stories in the past that the original founder of the property, he would call people in the neighborhood when his frost alarm would go off. So he was used as the frost alarm. So it's a very cold region of Anderson Valley.
Which is already a pretty cool region.
Exactly. I mean, we've got the fog that comes in from the coast because we're really close to the ocean. And the area where the Lazy Creek Vineyard is actually kind of this little valley in itself where the cold air and the fog actually sit. And then we've got a little bit of the vineyard that goes up into the foothills. It's a 93-acre ranch, about 50 acres are planted, mostly Pinot Noir, and then we have a little bit, a small block of Gewürztraminer as well.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Do you make the Gewürztraminer as well?
Yes, yeah.
We
do a nice dry Gewürztraminer.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's beautiful, actually. It's beautiful aromatics.
It's that cold temperature. And then I'm sure you ferment it cold, 1 brix a day, and
Yep.
preserve all the perfumes.
Yep.
It's interesting because Gewürztraminer is really a niche product, and it's been planted in California for years, for decades, and lots of the wrong places, but it seems like Anderson Valley is one of the few places where you can really make a beautiful, crisp perfume, dry Gewürztraminer.
Mm-hmm. It does really well there. Gewürztraminer tends to, when it ripens, it tends to have high sugar and start to drop its acid. And so I think growing it in a cooler region, we tend to retain a little bit more of that acid, and it checks the sugar imbalance as well. So it always seems like we're picking it, to just about 23.5 brix or so, which is perfect alcohol for a nice dry Gewürztraminer.
Okay. We don't have the Gewürz here today, but we do have a Pinot. So let's dive into this.
So this is our 2012 Ferrari Carano Anderson Valley Pinot Noir. This is a new wine for us, and it's made up of all 3 ranches in the Anderson Valley. It's comprised of the Lazy Creek Vineyard, our Sky High Vineyard from Mendocino Ridge, and our Middle Ridge Vineyard in Boonville. So it's a nice blend of all 3 ranches.
In vintages like 11 and 12, is it even more difficult in Anderson Valley to get things ripe when it's a cool vintage and it's not very sunny? You're already in a...
Definitely, and I think we're always pushing the envelope as well because we're ripening later. So we're picking mid-September, end of September, going into October. Sometimes we've even picked into November. So we're also seeing rain starting to come into the forecast at that point. And we're, like I said, we're near the coast, so we get a lot of that marine influence coming in. We get a lot of foggy, wet mornings. So yeah,
it's a challenge.
It is, but it's fun. I mean, like we were discussing earlier, that the challenges you learn from their experience that you can put in your pocket. Going forward in the next vintage what you did before, and you learn how to handle it next year.
So what's the biggest lesson you've learned dealing with vineyards in Anderson Valley?
That the rain is going to come during harvest.
It's a little different than most of the rest of California, right?
I mean, we just every year that I've been out there since 2006, we've started making Anderson Valley Pinots, and I think every year we've been challenged at the very end by rain coming, and it's do you pick before, do you pick after? What you have to look at what the condition of your vineyard is in, and what you already have in the house, and what sugar levels you're at, and kind of make a gut decision there, and what's going to do best for the grapes.